Hey, everybody, welcome to the Sky Lounge, and this is Piggyskin Picks, where I pick the winners and losers of the upcoming NFL weekend in week number 14, boys and girls. 10 out of 16 in the pick'ems. Not bad, but we got to do better in week 15. And hey, week 15 will be kicking off here in a couple of hours between the LA Chargers and the Las Vegas Raiders on Thursday Night Football here in Las Vegas in Allegiant Stadium, where there's going to be no fans because Governor Sisolak's a fucking idiot. But we're going to have football regardless, right? And I think in this game, we're going to see an upset where the Chargers win this game, cover the +3 spread, and I think the game goes under at 55. Now, reason why I say that, the Raiders, I don't think have been playing all that great over the last few weeks. Really lackadaisical games and all around just not looking great in terms of the injuries and the health of the team. And when you look at the Chargers, and despite all their unlucky runs and despite all of their fucking in-season heartbreaks, I get a feeling that with the way this team has been on kind of the uprising trajectory, the Chargers grab a surprising win against the Raiders. And it's curious because you would have thought the AFC West would have been a little bit more competitive, but I think definitely Denver Broncos with the Von Miller injury and the whole fucking bevy of injuries that they got really kind of derailed, I think, the potential of this division. But the Chargers and the Raiders duke it out on Thursday Night Football for kind of that middle spot. And I think the Chargers grab a win in this game. But, hey, kids, what's the great thing about Week 15? We get Saturday football. That's right. We get Saturday, Sunday, and Monday football. Hot damn! What a great time. And Saturday, we don't have just one game. We got two games. And the first game is the Buffalo Bills taking on the Denver Broncos. And I got to tell you, I think the Buffalo Bills win this game, cover the spread at -5, and the under at 49.5. I think both defenses are pretty stellar. The only differentiating factor in my mind is obviously Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen, who has been unbelievable this season. I mean, one can argue, and I'm pretty sure Buffalo fans out there are saying this right now, Josh Allen deserves an MVP nod, and I wouldn't disagree with him. This guy has been absolutely on fire, and a lot of the criticism will come in the form of, he's got weapons. Well, sure, you can have weapons, but if you don't work in your craft and try to get better each time, that doesn't mean shit, okay? So can we give Josh Allen some fucking credit and say he's been doing pretty damn well? And honestly, he's been playing at an MVP caliber all throughout the season. And I think it might be a little too much to completely contain that from the Denver perspective. Now, here's the curious part. The Denver Broncos are in a weird situation. If they keep winning games, because of the way the AFC and all these fucking teams and how the seeding is working now with the 7 seeds and fucking games hosted on Nickelodeon, Denver could still have a potential chance to get in the playoffs. So this is, I believe, going to be a very interesting and ferocious game between these two teams. And obviously for the Buffalo Bills, I mean, you're trying to catch up to the Kansas City Chiefs, trying to get that number 1 seed in the AFC. And so it is going to be a very interesting battle between these two teams. Obviously two different, objectives here, but still, I mean, the game and the goal is to win. And in that regard, it's going to be fucking amazing what these two teams can duke out with the talents that they got. And so we move on into the next Saturday game between the Carolina Panthers and the Green Bay Packers. And I think the Panthers will cover the +9.5 spread, but lose to the Green Bay Packers while the game goes over at 51.5. And it just seems like one of these games that the Packers are going to kind of phone it in the first half, and then all of a sudden Aaron Rodgers throws all these goddamn touchdowns in the third quarter. And, essentially I think the Panthers will seal it for the Packers in the fourth quarter with some sort of turnover or a goddamn mistake. And this is the part that I've been saying about the Carolina Panthers all throughout the season, growing pains. And you know what? If you are a Panthers fan, you should be very excited about this potential future for the team. I mean, I don't know how many times I've said his name, Jeremy Chin. This dude is going to be spectacular on the defensive front. And man, oh man, the Carolina Panthers' future is bright. Whereas the Packers, I mean, it's a win now shit, right? So you got to win this game, try to keep your momentum in getting that first seed in the NFC, and hoping that Aaron Rodgers keeps healthy. Because, an injured Aaron Rodgers at this point would be disaster for the Packers. So that is going to be the prerogative for Packers and for the Panthers again, and growing pains and learning through pains and heartbreaks, and that's going to make you a better team in the future. And so that brings us to some Sunday games, and we start off with the Seattle Seahawks taking the Washington Redskins. The Washington Redskins. Redskins. Or if you want me to be PC about that shit, DC cucked soy boy assholes. How about that shit? And I think between these two teams, I think the Seattle Seahawks grab a win. They cover the -3 spread, and the game goes under at 43.5. And I really think this game is going to show you that Russell Wilson, as great of a season he's having, he's not the MVP. I'm saying that as a Seahawks fan, Russell Wilson is the MVP this season. He's not. I mean, he is MVP for our team, yes. I still would say that because without Russ, put Geno Smith in there every fucking game, Jesus Christ, I would bash my fucking head against the wall until that wall broke, okay? But in the grand scheme and the general landscape of the NFL, Russell is not the MVP this season. I'm sorry. He's just not. I mean, the amount of turnovers has been his career high. And I do believe with this Washington Redskins team, apologize, boys and girls, for forgetting about that. But the Redskins, I think they're going to bring the fire to Russell Wilson. And Chase Young, dude, woo-wee! I think that boy's going to wreck up Russell Wilson and that O-line a little bit. And I think it's only going to be by the skin of our teeth. Whether it's fucking defense with the pass rushing getting at Alex Smith, or one of our corners just getting a really lucky interception. I really think it comes down to the wire. This is how the Seahawks always play their fucking game. And yeah, Russell Wilson's going to do everything in his power to get shit right, but I don't think he's going to be MVP this season yet. Yeah, I mean, I'm loving what we're doing with Russ. I mean, he's just going past crazy, and it's fun to watch. But at the same time, yeah, you're going to have some really bad moments if you're just pass happy, aggressive on the pass. I mean, you're going to have higher turnover rates, and that's kind of on par for the course. And this is where I say Russell Wilson has been kind of arrogant this season in terms of, forcing the play or being a little too aggressive. But, for Seahawks fans, I mean, yeah, I get it. We've been waiting for Russell Wilson to cook. But we got to find a nice balance, especially in the playoffs, because if you keep playing in this hyper-aggressive manner, you're going to fucking make mistakes. You're going to fuck up. And so hopefully, last 3 weeks, we button up, we tidy up, hopefully try to get that NFC West first spot and see where we go from there, because the playoffs are a different beast. And so the Seahawks just have to buckle down and grab a win. And so, it's going to be difficult. You got to give it your all. So go Hawks. Now, in the next game, we have the Houston Texans taking on the Indianapolis Colts. And I got to think the Houston Texans here cover the +6.5 spread, but lose to the Colts, and the game goes over at 52.5. Why do I say that? Despite the Indianapolis defense being pretty damn spot on. I think Deshaun is going to do everything in his power, in his ability, in his just paid, ass. to get everything right for the Texans. But I do think inevitably Indianapolis, pulls out with the win, and they will probably slap around the Texans here and there, especially, this being a fucking division rival game. And I still say that Phillip Rivers isn't, a piece to win anything with. And I would say that, man, if Frank Reich can somehow trade and finesse his way to get Carson Wentz, I think that'd be pretty spectacular. Carson was on fire the season that he was with Frank Reich for a damn near full season until that unfortunate injury. But, we'll talk about the Eagles when we get there. Yet the Colts, yeah, I mean, in terms of their playoff potential, I don't really see it. I think they're going to get their asses kicked by, you would think, like a Kansas City Chiefs or a Pittsburgh Steelers, and just embrace the fact that, yeah, this wasn't the quarterback to win shit with. And hell, it might just be whoever. I'm telling you, get Carson. Really change shit up. But let's move on to the next game where another AFC South team will be looking to stamp their dominance in their division and hopefully get the first spot there. And that is the Tennessee Titans taking on the Detroit Lions. And I got to think the Detroit Lions cover the plus 11 spread, but the Titans win and the game goes under at 51.5. And man, oh man, you're just watching Derrick Henry have fun. This dude is unbelievable. So brilliant when he runs. And yeah, I know a lot of people think, oh, he's going to break Eric Dickerson's record. No, he's not. No, he's not. Stop it. I love what Derrick Henry is doing. But there's no fucking way that man is going for over 200 goddamn yards per game in the last 3 games. That sounds damn near impossible. If he does, I mean, give him the MVP right now. Just give him the MVP right now. But Derrick Henry, I believe, is going to wreck up that Detroit Lions defense along with Ryan Tannehill, who is a pretty damn serviceable quarterback. And the Lions, what can you really say about the Lions? I mean, they're just heartbreak extraordinaires, man. They just know exactly when to fucking shit on the fans' heart. And they do it just perfectly. They mastered it. It's a fucking over half a century business, this Lions team, what they do with the fandom. It's pathetic. And you know what? Unless you hire a real coach and a real GM, shit's not going to change. So good luck with that shit. Now, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be taking on the Atlanta Falcons. And I got to think the Falcons are going to cover the plus 6 spread. I don't know why, but I get a feeling that they do. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers still win the game. And the game goes over at 49.5. And you know what? No. I do have a reason why I think they're going to cover the spread. His name is Young Hoku. Okay? His name is Young Hoku. He is the kicker for the Atlanta Falcons. And this man, in my mind, should be an all-pro. If you look at all his field goals, and I could be wrong on the statistics, I really do have to look this shit up again for all the kickers. But between him and Jason Sanders of the Miami Dolphins, they are the 2 best kickers in the league, bar none. In terms of attempts, in terms of length, in terms of amount and volume and accuracy, these 2 guys are it. And so I think because of Young Hoku, the Atlanta Falcons cover that plus 6 spread. But holy shit, man. You still have Matt Ryan. I don't know who the fuck needs to hear this as a Falcons fan, but listen the fuck up. Okay. Matt Ryan is not your quarterback of the future. He is an old man who had 1 good season with Kyle Shanahan, and that's it. That's it. You really think this shit's going to keep working with Matt Ryan next year? Yeah, Arthur Blank? You're goddamn fool. And as for the Buccaneers, the fucking Southside Packers, I suppose. No, not really. I mean, I guess that goes to... Does that go to the Saints? I don't know who the fuck is the goddamn Packers of the NFC South. I guess it'd be the Saints. But anyways, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Tom Brady Buccaneers. 2017 Pro Bowl roster. Looks mediocre as shit still. They still look mediocre as shit. I don't know what the fuck I'm watching where people are saying, oh, this is going to be Super Bowl contender. How? Tom Brady's got all these weapons, but he's just picking Gronk each and every time. Oh, no. Are you blind, Tom? Can you not see? And yeah, I know that's probably 1 game or 2 games and a little bit of an outlier, but I don't really trust this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team to splash and make noise in the playoffs. I think they're going to be a one-off, and Tom Brady probably comes back next year, but father time, kids, father time. But let's move on to the next game where the Jacksonville Jaguars We'll be taking on the Baltimore Ravens, and I do believe the Ravens win this game, cover the -11 spread, and the game goes over at 47.5. So yes, Mr. Poopy Pants, aka Lamar Jackson, will be doing some nasty shit against the Jacksonville Jaguars, and he's just probably going to poo-poo all over their efforts and style. Oh, I'm pretty sure Lamar Jackson doesn't want to take any more crap. Everything I say is going to just be mouth diarrhea, so it's not going to really like that. Unless your name is Odell Beckham Jr. Then you're just going to factor that shit all day long. But I'm not into feces, man. Not like that. So, Mr. Poopy Pants will take care of the Jaguars, but I don't know if he's going to be able to take care of his own asshole. So, good luck, Lamar. Now, the New England Patriots will be taking on the Miami Dolphins, and I get a feeling the Miami Dolphins win this game, cover the -1.5 spread, and the game goes over at 41.5. Now, we look at Cam Newton and say, oh, wow, broken, done, not a starter. Absolutely. But can we really discount out the New England Patriots in a division game, division rivalry game? And yes, granted, they haven't been great. They've been pretty fucking terrible, the New England Patriots. But I just get a feeling that this is going to be a lot more of a closer game than we thought. And you might have a couple of decent moments with the Patriots, but inevitably, the Dolphins will grab a win. And yeah, the Patriots are going to be left in the dust this season. It's crazy. Belichick probably going 8-8 or under. And what the fuck, man? It's wild times. This is wild times in 2020, but it is to be expected when half your roster is dead and the greatest quarterback of all time that fits perfectly in your system and has been doing pretty spectacularly ups and leaves. That's what happens. But on par for the course in the NFL. Nothing lasts forever. Much like the Chicago Bears' good fortunes at the beginning of the season when they were 5-1, but now they're sitting sub 500. And they will be taking on their division rival in the Minnesota Vikings. And I get a feeling the Vikings win this game, cover the -3 spread, and the game goes under at 47. And what I've seen from the Minnesota Vikings, except from Dan Bailey, the shittiest fucking kicker out there, one of the shittiest kickers out there, is a team that's been on the rise. The team that has been having these decent moments, just one or two heartbreaks here and there. And you got to think the Vikings, with all of their personnel, all of their shit, all of the kind of good vibe that's been going on throughout this season versus the Bears and just kind of the depreciating shit show they've been, I got to think the Vikings can really dominate the Bears in this game. And man, Justin Jefferson is a fucking stud, dude. This guy is unbelievable to watch. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he wins Rookie Offensive Player of the Year. Or, yeah, maybe I guess you can probably argue him for a Pro Bowl roster. Maybe. But it should be an interesting game between these two teams. But I got the Minnesota Vikings winning this game outright. Now, the next game, we got the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Dallas Cowboys in a game that used to mean conference championships, a little pathway to the Super Bowl. But now it's two teams battling for a sub 500 record and, yeah, just kind of dead in the water. And I believe in this game, the San Francisco 49ers win the game, cover the spread at -3, and the game goes under at 45. Not much to say about either of these teams. The Dallas Cowboys, I mean, they've been a shit show for a while. I mean, with this season, everything just kind of crashed together. And who the hell knows if Mike McCarthy is going to be here in the future. But real fucking dumpster fire right now. As for the 49ers, I feel like because of this relatively mediocre season, because of all the injuries, I think they're going to run it back next season. And maybe you see a little bit of staffs parting away for, head coaching jobs. And I'm looking at Robert Saleh, who's probably going to get a head coaching job somewhere else. But for now, I think the 49ers understand that, hey, this is kind of the circumstance of what happened with this season where everything just kind of went against us, and we just got to keep going. And I think definitely the 49ers are going to be a headache next season, but this season they're kind of irrelevant. So, hey, as a fucking Seahawks fan, I'm happy about that. But What makes me upset is the fact that there's another team that just came out of the woodworks, and it's infuriating because they are actually really good, and it's the LA Rams. And the Rams will be hosting the New York Jets at SoFi Stadium, whatever the fucking Death Star Cronky shit that place is called. I get a feeling the Jets will cover the spread at plus 17.5, and the game goes over at 43.5. And the reason why I say this is because the limitation of the Rams is truly and mainly helmed by Jared Goff. I think that dude is the black hole in this entire Rams team. And yeah, dude, you have $100 million sitting in his ass. That's holy shit. Good luck. Good luck, Rams, because you're not gonna, I think, do well in the playoffs. I think you're gonna definitely win the NFC West, is what I think. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a Seahawks fan. I want the fucking NFC West title, certainly, but with the way the Rams have been playing and with their schedule, I really got to think the Rams are gonna win this division. And for me, it just comes down to, okay, so as long as the Seahawks does better than the Rams, I'm a happy camper, and I think that can definitely happen. But we'll have to see what happens in the playoffs, because we're still in the regular season. I think in this regular season game, of course, the Rams are gonna win, but talk to me the playoffs, man. We'll see what happens. But let's move on to the next game. Very interesting matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Arizona Cardinals. And weirdly enough, I do think the Arizona Cardinals will win. But here's my thing. I think the Philadelphia Eagles cover the +6 spread and the game goes under 49.5. And I gotta lie, I'm not gonna lie to you, boys and girls. I can't lie to you, but I won't. I choose not to. And I'm gonna tell you the truth right now. I placed a little wager on the Eagles last week. I did. Took the Eagles. They were underdogs against the Saints. And I took the game over at 44 and the total game in at 45 points. And so maybe that has a lot to do with the fact that I can read Saints game relatively well along with the Eagles, and so that kind of converge into good fucking read. But I just get a feeling this game, Jalen Hurts is still going to keep this shit rolling. And I think the defenses are going to be a little bamboozled on the Arizona side. But Vance Joseph, man, he knows how to fucking handle these young QBs or these mobile QBs. So don't be surprised if the Arizona Cardinals pull away a little bit at the end. But I think the Philadelphia Eagles will definitely put up a valiant effort and a fight. And so I do like their chance to cover the spread, but I think the game is going to go under 49.5. Very gritty battle, in my opinion. Now, moving on to the next game, where we got the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the New Orleans Saints. Yeah, the fact that the Chiefs are only -3 favorites, I think that's kind of disrespectful. And I also think that's really overrating the Saints by a lot. And I think the game goes over at 51.5 because you're going to see Patrick Mahomes throw a shit ton of fucking touchdowns. You're going to see, I don't know, Alvin Kamara hopefully get more involved, because as nice as Taysom Hill is, he's not a starting QB. He's a utility quarterback. So with that, I don't really think the Saints will be off to the races in this game. I think they're going to struggle, and the Chiefs are going to pants them down a little bit. And towards the end, I mean, Drew Brees is just a week or so away. So you're just going to hope that, this is just a fluke and just see what happens in the playoffs. But we know damn well what happens in the playoffs with you, Saints. You fucking choke. And you know it's going to happen again. And you're going to blame the refs again for another year, because you can't handle your own incompetence and your own irresponsibility and your own stupidity. But that's the Saints. Yep. That's not the best game of the week. No. And are you going to be talking about Sunday Night Football? Yes, because that is going to be the best game of the week. Well, okay, maybe a bit of an exaggeration. But I do believe this game is going to be very interesting. Mostly because of the Giants. Because they have been playing lights out. I mean, other than last week when Daniel Jones showed up against Arizona, he sucked ass. But With the Cleveland Browns, I get a feeling they're going to win this game, but the Giants cover the spread at +6, and the game goes under at 44. Main reason, that defense for the Giants, dude. Holy fuck, that defense is nice. Now, yeah, granted, Kyler did carve them up a little bit last week, but I think, despite the fact that I love Baker, I do. I think there are some, I suppose, hiccups in the Browns offense that I think will kind of impede them, especially with this very physical, gritty ass defense from the Giants. And it will ultimately come down to how the Cleveland defense plays. I'll be honest, man. You have no idea how pissed off I was when Justin Tucker got that kick in and it sealed the game winner for the Baltimore Ravens on Monday Night Football, because I just saw the Cleveland Browns defense shitting the bed so fucking hard, giving up how many goddamn yards in that last drive? It was utterly ridiculous. I mean, the safety definitely didn't help for the Browns, and that was, quite honestly, really embarrassing. And I'm hoping the guys in the locker room can just shake that off. Stefanski, Baker Mayfield, Jarvis Landry, all the fucking leaders, Myles Garrett, hell, Denzel Ward. Speak up. Tell guys that, hey, let's just move on to next week. Let's fucking focus up and grab the win. And I do believe the Browns will grab a win. I hope they fucking do. God damn it, man. The Pittsburgh Steelers are being really fucking insufferable. And I would like to see them lose their division, which, it's a pretty tall order. But it is 2020. Weirder things have happened. Like Monday Night Football. So, after all these interesting and fun matchups throughout the week, we have one of the worst fucking matchups, I believe, between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. And yes, I do believe the Bengals are going to lose, but they're going to cover the spread, I think, at +13. Jesus Christ. +13. Game goes under 40. Steelers, you're not the shit. You're one of the most overrated fucking teams I've seen in a while. And the fact that your fucking fan base got so fucking arrogant after 11-0 is nauseatingly fucking hilarious. And I'm glad reality is just kind of settling in. Where I said during Sunday Night Football on Twitch at the Skyline, you should fucking check it out, that the Steelers are going to lose. Buffalo's better. The Steelers haven't been looking good. They look really fucking overrated and mediocre as fuck. Your record has been bolstered by really shitty teams. So, there's that. And I'm really hoping nobody in the AFC can beat the shit out of these guys in the playoffs. That would be some delicious shit. But enough salt, kids. That's all the picks I got for you for week number 15. So from the top, we got the LA Chargers, we got the Buffalo Bills, we got the Green Bay Packers, we got the Seattle Seahawks, the Indianapolis Colts, the Tennessee Titans, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Baltimore Ravens, the Miami Dolphins, the Minnesota Vikings, the San Francisco 49ers, the LA Rams, the Arizona Cardinals, Kansas City Chiefs, Cleveland Browns, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ugh. But boys and girls, follow me at the Sky Lounge on all the links in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe for more daily content. And until next time, fuck off.